Okay, so this is, again, Manic Journey with Grace. This is going to be what is bipolar disorder depression. This is going to be discussing the depression part of it, which is kind of the other end to the bipolar disorder. Like in the name, there's two portions. The bi means two, so there's the mania and the depression. There's another video discussing the mania if you want to go watch that as well to kind of get a better understanding. So the DSM-5 does classify bipolar disorder as needing at least one episode of mania to classify as bipolar disorder. So not saying that I can diagnose anyone, but just keep that in mind, I guess, when watching, and kind of understand that when I'm talking about the depression, I am not describing just depression disorder itself. I'm describing my experience of depression episodes as part of the bipolar disorder. So, going into it, the depression is the lower half of the bipolar disorder, I guess I can say. So the mania is going to be way up here, and the depression is going to be way down here. Now, I also want to explain that the biggest thing with bipolar disorder is that there's no kind of easing into it at all. So if I'm really up here with the mania and I'm going to be depressed, it's going to shoot way down. It's not going to kind of be like, oh, I'm kind of getting more depressed throughout the day and then I'm kind of there. No, it's going to be, wow, oh wow. Or, you know, if I'm way down here and I'm depressed and I shoot up to manic, it's the same thing. It's not going to be gradually going up there. It's going to be straight to the top. So that's kind of, I don't want to say the biggest issue, but kind of a big part of it as well. So with the depression, when I'm way down here, that's going to be, you know, the losing interest in stuff. I'm not going to want to go out very many places or even get out of bed very many days. I can sleep all day, sleep all night. I can sleep for days straight. I can not get out of bed, not change my clothes, not care about eating, not really caring about talking to anybody, not even turning the lights on. You know, sometimes, not always, suicidal ideations, suicidal thoughts, you know, not self-harm always. I'm actually 5 years free from self-harm, so that's no longer associated with my depressive episodes, so thank goodness for that. So that's not currently, like I said, a part of it. But, you know, there is the wanting to hurt myself. Sometimes I still get urges and I still get that feeling that has led me to that before. You know, that hasn't changed. I just have coped a little bit better now. You know, the depression is like really down in the dumps, hating life, hating, you know, me, and that's not normal. You know, I love myself, you know, I'm great. I don't mind my life. I don't have any complaints as of right now. So with the depression, you don't really have control over that, though. Even if you're like, well, nothing really is wrong with my life, I guarantee you your depression will force you to find something. It'll make you feel like everything is wrong in your life, you know? It'll make you not want to do anything in the world, and it can really eat you alive. It really can. You won't want to clean your house, and you won't want to do things, and you won't want to be creative and artistic like during the mania, and you won't want to talk to everybody and go to places and parties and even go to work or even go to school or, you know, do things that you may have been super excited about. There's been so many times where I've made plans during my mania, and, you know, I've scheduled things either with myself or with other people, or have bought tickets for things, and then when I'm depressed, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to go to that. I don't want to get ready for that. Like, that's not going to happen. I don't want that person to come over. You know, I don't want to drive there. Like, it's a completely different flip. And it's completely just, it's really hard to get out of. And kind of the same thing with the mania. I mean, even if you're sitting there telling yourself in your head that, oh, you're just depressed, or, oh, you're just in a manic phase, like, it's not a big deal, there's nothing you can do to change that. And I want to emphasize that as well. It's not something that I can just snap out of, which is usually everybody's first response, like, oh, just snap out of it. There's no way to snap out of it. There's no way at all. Like, I just want to, like, really throw out there that just because you know, like, we may be able to acknowledge what's happening that doesn't mean we can change it or stop it from happening. Like, we literally have no control. And I don't want to say that to use it as an excuse for things that we do or things that we say or decisions we make, but 100% honest, like, unless you've been in those shoes before, it's really hard to say that that isn't the cause or that isn't the influence, because there's been a lot of times where I've been complaining or being really mean to somebody or saying things that I don't want to be saying, and I'm sitting there listening to myself talking, and I'm like, why are you saying this right now? Like, you know you're just irritated. Like, you know you're just being a bitch. Like, why is this even coming out of your mouth? But no matter how much I acknowledge that I don't want to be saying those things or that I'm wrong or that I shouldn't, be acting like that, it still happens. There's nothing I can do to change it. Like, it's just how your brain works. It's just how the disorder is. Like, if you're depressed, you're depressed. If you're manic, you're manic. Like, that's it. There's no, well, I'm manic, but I'd rather be depressed. Or, I mean, not that anyone really choose depression, but just to, kind of explain, like, okay, if I'm depressed and I'm like, well, I'd rather be manic right now. But it's not how it works. I can't just tell my brain to just flip the switch. It's not something, oh, you know what? I think I'm done being depressed now. It's been 2 weeks. That's enough for me. I'm going to go to manic. No, that's not how it works. And, the episodes can be however long they want to be. If my body wants me to be depressed for 3 months straight, I'm going to be depressed for 3 months straight. If it wants to throw in 2 weeks of mania and then flip me back to flip me back to depressed, it's going to. Like, that's just how it works. It's just how it is. And it is kind of like a loss of control, And it really sucks, and it's really hard to do sometimes. Now, I've been manic for about a month, which is a long time, which is really long. I mean, like, very rarely manic for that long period of time. So, as of right now, I'm kind of scared for the depression. I'm kind of scared for when it comes. I don't know when it's going to come. I don't know how hard it's going to hit. I don't know, how long it's going to decide to stay. I don't know anything like that. It's like completely up in the air. Like, I'm just completely blind. Like, I am as blind as everyone else is. Like, when you're going to be depressed, Grace? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to be depressed. I don't know when I'm going to be manic. I don't know when I'm going to be happy, enjoyable manic. I don't know when I'm going to be irritable, I'll kick someone's ass if you need me to manic. I don't know when I'm going to be both. So it's really crazy. It is just bipolar. There's just 2 separate spectrums to it. And like I said, I don't want to ever try and use it as an excuse, because you should never use it as an excuse. You should be able to take measures that you need to take to keep yourself under control and cope with what you want to be doing and you shouldn't be doing at the wrong time or the right time, if that makes sense. So, I'm not saying that, oh, it's the bipolar disorder, like, just let me do what I want and say what I want. Like, no, that's the thing. There is consequences, and I need to control myself, you know what I mean? Like, that's what medication's for, that's what therapy's for, and that's what this is going to be for. We're going to try and work on that. We're going to try and work on that together. If you want to hop in and be like, you know what? How you been doing, Grace? Have you gotten your therapy done? I'll do the same for you, Which I also wanted to mention again. Go ahead and shoot me a message. I'm thinking about setting up something anonymous, so that way if anyone does want to talk about anything or kind of not confess anything, but if anyone wants to discuss their story or have any questions or commentary or just, hey, I feel that way too, or something like that, I'm going to try and set something up so that way you guys can do so anonymously, because I know not everyone feels comfortable doing so when it comes to matters like this. So I'm sorry these videos are long. It's kind of hard to, one, explain something like this in a very short amount of time. I still feel like I didn't adequately explain anything. And 2, honestly, because I'm manic, I don't know how to stay on track. I don't even know what I talked about. I'm pretty sure this is like my 6th video trying to explain this. So I hope this one's good. I don't know. Ignore me stumbling over my words. I'm very, uppity right now. I'm probably going to be up all night. So stay tuned. Like I said, I do have some more stuff to be posting. I'm going to be looking through some of my old stuff as well to get some good material that kind of shows a few examples of some things as well. And I do have a little list of things that I've been wanting to talk to that are relevant as well. So stick around and stay on the coaster.